Hello everybody, once again, it's Giants Live counting you down to the World Finals in Botswana. And today from Leeds we have something very special for you. It's Europe's Strongest Man, quite simply the biggest one-day event anywhere in the strongman world. Eddie the Beast Hall is there, Hafthor Bjornsson's present too, and of course there's the reigning European champion Lawrence Charlet, as well as an absolutely massive crowd at the First Direct Arena. The Euros making their second visit to this magnificent venue, and this year the crowd even bigger than before. At 12,000 fans, it's the largest ever for a strongman event. The first challenge this year takes place outside the arena at the First Direct Bank headquarters, where the athletes are readying themselves for a strongman classic, the bus pull. This year's contest keenly anticipated with good reason, for one of strongman's biggest names is back in town. Hafthor Bjornsson, the man from the land of ice and fire. He's dominated Europe's strongest man in recent years, but he hasn't been short of challengers. In 2014 at Headingley, Eddie Hall coming agonisingly close. The deadlift would become a turning point in the Stokeman's career, but it was Bjornsson who would go on to take his first European title.
I am the future of strength, and I am king of the strong! Yeah!
A year later, and at the same venue, the Beast was challenging again.
The Beast, Eddie Hall!
Eddie claiming his first deadlift world record. But, once again, it was the Icelander who prevailed overall, taking his second European title in a row. Bjornsson on a roll then, and 2016 was to prove even more dramatic.
From Staffordshire, England, we want you to raise it up and welcome him now as he makes his way towards history.
In the deadlift, Eddie pulled off his now world-famous, world record half-ton lift. Hafthor, meantime, faltered, leaving Lawrence Charlet to take an unexpected European title.
It's a good day for the English as well. We beat the Icelandic, so...
Who will triumph this year? Colin Bryce is with Bill Kazmaier.
First up, it's an 8-ton bus pull here in Leeds, England, for Europe's strongest man. This has to be pulled 20 metres up this course with just human power. No horsepower here. Bill, surely the heavier guys are going to have some form of advantage.
Right, Hafthor at 420, maybe a little more. Eddie Hall, the same kind of body weight.
Over 200 kilograms. Certainly helps you get over the initial inertia. But indeed, the rope allows full body power. So everybody should have a shot.
Well, Colin apparently designing his own microphones this year. But this is the vehicle pool. Here's who's been so far. Stoltman from Scotland managed 16.5 metres. But at what cost? Reigning Europe's strongest man, Lawrence Charlet, bettered that with 17.18 metres. Then it was the turn of Belshak from Slovenia. He managed 18.65 metres to take the lead. Then it was the turn of Adam Bishop. 15.31 metres, a bit of breakdancing. After him, the Georgian bull, Janasia, managed 18.47 metres to go second. Then Felix, 16.25. After him, like a steam train, Britain's Terry Hollands takes the lead, 19.57 metres. And that is where we are. So Eddie Hall, seen all that happen.
Here we go. Eddie Hall goes next, the Beast.
The most confident he's ever been.
He's the biggest he's ever been. 190 kilos, the strongest he's ever been. We saw that in Britain's strongest man. Really blew the rest of the field away there, and he gets a cracking start here, no slip at all. But what we've seen with this course is the last 6 or 7 metres starts to go uphill when you're tired.
All about keeping low, keeping that rhythm. You really don't want to stop. So hard to start again. And you don't want to drift either. Now 19.57 is what he has to beat.
Ooh, he's starting to grind to a halt, about 18 metres. Come on, Eddie. 25 seconds to go.
Just a bit more.
Still a Hafthor Bjornsson to come, and well, Bjornsson's 200 kilos body weight. He's a giant of a man. If anyone's going to finish it, it'll be him. Whole two-footed drive.
Just a few more centimetres.
I think he's stuck there. Time's going to run out anyway.
Well, has he done enough? No, 19.15 metres. So, Holland's still very much in the lead.
Good start from Eddie Hall, nothing wrong with that. Was it fitness that caught up with him in the end? Or did he just not get enough momentum?
Bjornsson now. He's really been through it the last 24 hours or so.
Yeah, I mean, 2 times Europe's strongest man. Absolute favourite, even though Lawrence beat him last year. His absolute strongest. And then suddenly, yesterday evening, half of his face just started to slump, and it's something called Bell's palsy. It's a virus that attacked a nerve, and it could last up to 6 months or a year, and I think it was pretty shocking for him. But he's doing all right here. He thought he might crumble mentally, but he's proving to be very tough.
Look at this. This rhythm, this power, this speed, it's drifting. I wouldn't want to be the guy in red, but it looks like he'll complete the course easily.
Maybe he's starting to run out at the end.
He's done it. It's crossed the line. He becomes the only man to complete the course, which of course means he takes the event. 32.52 seconds. I think really if it'd been another half metre or so, wouldn't have completed it. Collins with him now.
Please let me stop you for a second. So who's the king of Europe this year after that performance in the bus pool?
I am!
Well, man, a few words. The actor who plays the Mountain in Game of Thrones, as we say, really been through it the last 24 hours, knows there's still 5 events to come, but not crumbling.
Bit of a marker laid down there by Thor, the Icelander, the only man to complete the course. A great result too from Terry Hollands, nudging Eddie Hall into 3rd spot, while reigning champion Charlie places a disappointing 6th. Well, coming up, the competition will be heading back inside the First Direct Arena, where they are about to unleash the beast. That's next on Giants Live.
In the dark of night, I drift away when I'm with you. By my side, I wish you would, I wish you would.
Go wherever your heart takes you. The C-Class from £299 per month.
Welcome back to Europe's Strongest Man. The competition now moves inside the First Direct Arena, where the record crowd in Leeds is ready to meet the athletes. First up, about the size of Godzilla, Germany's Raphael Gordzieling. From England, former rugby player Adam Bishop. Another former rugby man, Georgian bull Konstantin Janashia. 2-time Scotland's strongest man, Luke Stoltman. Latvia's strongest man, Dainit Segeris. From Slovenia, Mataš Belšak, a superb presser. Blackburn's ever-popular Mark Felix, twice a podium finisher here.
The resurgent
Terry Hollands, runner-up here in 2010, now on the comeback trail. The big man, Hafthor Bjornsson, 2-time champion of Europe. The incredible Eddie Hall, hungry to add a major international win to his remarkable CV. Is this the night? And the reigning king of Europe, Lawrence Charlet.
This is the lineup for Europe's Strongest Man 2017. Raise it up for these guys.
It certainly is. Let's hear now from some of the key players.
2012 was the first real serious injury that I had. I kind of ended up tearing my labrum in my right shoulder. I tore my lat at Europe's Strongest Man, tore my tricep at World's Strongest Man. I've had multiple tears in my quads and hamstrings, and eventually I just had to miss out a few years of shows and really sort myself out. Came in quite quiet last year, no one was talking about me.
Back from injury.
The Europe's Strongest Man back in 2012. A lot of people think his better days are behind him, but Charlet's talked a good game before this, and he's doing it.
And obviously ended up winning, so to kind of come back from all that and then win was just an amazing achievement for myself.
In my eyes, I saw Thor as unbeatable last year, and somehow Lawrence pipped him to the title. You know, he won that title fair and square, but Thor made mistakes.
Bjornsson's holding it a little strangely on the inner handles. That's not good.
I don't think he's going to be making the same mistakes again this year. I mean, it's fierce competition, you know, it really is. We've got some new players on the scene. We've got Constantine, big Georgian.
Oh yeah, Constantine Jalatia!
We've got Terry back on the scene.
The new and improved Terry Hollands.
Thor.
If you are a Viking, then you are a Viking.
Lawrence.
He's got tremendous power and endurance.
It's going to be a battle. In my honest opinion, it's going to be between me and Thor. We're both on par, we're both in the top 3 in the world. It's ours to lose, basically. Who's going to win it? You know, I can't hand on heart say I'm going to win Europe's Strongest Man easily or at all. But you know, I'm here, I'm going to try my damn hardest. If I didn't think I could win it, I wouldn't be here.
Event number 2 is Max Axle. That's right. It's based on a railway axle, 160 kilos, around about 350 pounds, the opening weight. Kaz, not that easy, is it?
It really isn't. It's going to take a lot of leg power, hip power, low back power, with legs, maybe without legs, but it's going to be really difficult to lock out and hold for the referee's down signal.
Well, it's not a problem for Kaz. He's got hands like a bunch of bananas, but for an average bloke, that's about as thick as a Coke can, so it makes it awful difficult to get it to your shoulders. Let's see how they get on.
Well, let's see indeed. First up, Terry Hollands managed 160 kilos, but not 180. After him, Stoltman also managed 160. How did he get on? Not 180. He didn't care. Mark Felix, 160. Not 180. Bishop failed at 180 as well. Injured his arm. After him, the Georgian Janasia successfully lifted 180. What about 200 though? No. No shame in that though. Charlet also failed at 200. But Belshak managed it. So that was round 3 for Belshak. Still to go in round 3. Eddie Hall. And after him, Hafthor Bjornsson. Eddie's changed costumes. Obviously, there's a new creative director this year. It's like He-Man Live for a while. Looking out for Skeletor. But look at this. 200 kilos.
That's why you have the power belly, Danny. Leans back and, ooh, a little stutter on the way up. But he didn't use his legs at all there, Eddie Hall. And gets the down signal. Good lift.
He means business as well. Got that straight up. As soon as it was down, walked off. What's next?
Just leans back and presses it up. Left arm a little bit slow. He has some pains in that shoulder. Big Thor now.
So attempting 200 kilos. That's his dad there. He's even taller than Hafthor.
He is, yes, nearly 7 foot, same as Grandad. He's pumping the crowd up. He really does feed off of them. 11,000 here. And a lot of them Icelandic.
Look at this.
Remember, he's 6'9". Former basketball player for Iceland. This is a tall, tall man, and this is really a short man's lift.
Up it goes. Wow.
Nearly took the whole back wall down there. Goodness me. Now he has time here, Dan. He's got a minute in which to lift. As long as the referee is happy that this is safe, he'll let him go. Let him take a second attempt.
How long have I got, he says.
Magnus Magnuson, the head referee, happy, gives him the nod to go ahead. How much energy has it taken out of him? Will he join Beljak and the Beast?
Needs to get this. And does.
Wow, indeed.
Thumbs up from Magnus Magnuson. That is a good lift at 200.
Oh, the roar of this crowd. I think everyone thought he was going to fail it. Maybe not even attempt it again.
Pedersen congratulating him there. That is an Icelandic record, Colin.
It is indeed, and look at that, grounded out. He's so fit, Bjornsson. Oh, thanking the gods there for that one. He's still in the game.
Well, exactly. We'll move on to round 4 now. And it will be, it's just been confirmed there, 206 kilograms. And this will be a new British record, beating Charlet's 205 kilos.
Only 9 kilos off the world record now. Plenty of chalk on his chest. Minimal energy, that's good.
He's done it. Well, there's a new British record right there. 206 kilos for Eddie Hall.
And he's not going out and sharing it with the fans. He wants the world record, I think. He means business. Wow, look at the way he pressed that off his chest. 200, he stalled a bit halfway up. Not a bit of it there. Keep yourself cool. Now, Beljak has passed a 206. That's important to note here. Whether he's going to come out for anything heavier, we don't know. Bjornsson, though, to extend his Icelandic record.
Well, he knows he's up against it. He knows Eddie Hall never shies away from...
He hasn't had that much rest time either. 2 attempts just a couple of minutes ago. Surely not. Takes it for a walk.
That's it. Magnus Magnuson says yes. 206 kilos.
Can't believe it. I really can't believe it.
And a hug from the ref.
Now that was a good rep. You can't say that was an Icelander giving an Icelander a soft rep. He made him walk all the way to the back of the platform and hold it.
Well, where do we go from here?
It's got to be the world record.
Well, Beljak managed 200, sat out 206, and is back with an attempt at the world record. It's a risk.
Big risk, yes. But I don't think he's going for the overall European title in his head. He wants a crack at the world record here. 1 kilo if he does it.
Struggling to get it onto the belly.
Wasting energy all the time, but he's a tough guy, and he's had more rest than the others.
Just can't do it, but a noble attempt at taking Zaviskas' world record of 215 kilos.
The Big Z's record still safe. Still have Eddie Hall to come, though. It just took him too long there, Danny. Too long to get it up, and the energy went.
You said that before.
Well, he tried hard. Eddie now, face of focus. Now, what's your money on, yes or no, Danny? A world record? It could be a turning point in the whole contest.
Well, he's meant business all day. It looks like he means business now.
And Bjornsson, we understand, has pulled out. He's happy with 206, so this is for the win and the record.
And there it is. Another world record for Eddie the
He's
Beast.
done it! I don't believe it. It's so easy. 11,000 people on their feet.
That looked like you had more left in the tank.
For sure, man. I'm not done yet. There's a lot more events to go. And one thing I will say, don't ever, ever put a limit on what I can do, because I will prove you wrong every single time.
Well,
Ladies and
why should he be modest? The things he's achieving, that's another world record for Britain's Eddie Hall. 4 more events to go, and you just have to wonder, what else is this man gonna do?
Another world record in Leeds for Eddie Hall. It's becoming something of a habit. Bjornsson backs up his bus pull win with a 2nd place, while Belshak of Slovenia takes an impressive 3rd. 2 events in then, and as Eddie predicted, he and Thor are just a point apart at the top of the leaderboard. Hollands and Charlet further down, already in danger of being left behind. Plenty of time though for these giants of the British strongman scene to bounce back, and coming up, it's the flip and drag.
In the dark of night, I drift away when I'm with you. By my side, I wish you would, I wish you would.
Go wherever your heart takes you. The C-Class from £299 per month.
Welcome back to Giants Live, and the battle to become Europe's strongest man is Colin Bryce.
Event number 3, tyre flip and chain and anchor drag. A little bit old school. You got to flip this 450 kilogram tyre, that's basically 1,000 pounds, 4 times down the course, and then pick up or drag the chain and anchor all the way back down the 20 meters. Terry, they give you 75 seconds for a reason, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a really tough event. Guys are starting to get a bit fatigued from the events previous to this now, and hopefully it's a good event for me.
Right, the old jelly legs at 60 seconds. Let's see who gets it. Let's see who wins. Cheesy Grintel, come on, mate, you can do it.
So the flip and drag. Coincidentally, exactly how I get my kids out of bed in the morning. Janashia managed 37.46 seconds. Belshak, 44.86 seconds. Then it was Scotland's mighty Stoltman up against Mark Felix. Now Stoltman managed in just over 40 seconds. With Felix, 42.27. So, still 4 guys to go. We'll start with Lawrence Charlet, the Brit from Swindon, up against crowd favourite Terry Hollands. And they're off Colin.
They are, yes, these big heavy tyres, and it's Charlet who's just a little bit quicker. He's hitting it hard with his knee. Very explosive. Now, who's got the greater fitness? That's the real question as Charlet pops over that final flip. Hollands has the body weight though, and that surely helps in this drag.
Now it's Janashia's time of 37.46, which they're trying to beat.
Yeah, mass pulls mass. It's certainly helping Hollands right now. No matter how hard Charlet pulls, he's 20 kilos lighter.
Well, look at that. Terry Hollands completes it in 35.66 seconds. Taking first place so far, with Charlet 38.51 seconds.
Well, Hollands keeping very close to Charlet there. He might have been beaten by a second or so on the flip, but came to the 4 in the drag.
Eddie Hall then. Will he have pushed himself too far going for that world record? Just another world record, as you can see, also has the deadlift world record. We saw that last year, half a ton. And he's up against his old enemy, Hafthor Bjornsson. Two-time Europe's strongest man. Never been world's strongest man, but wants it just as much as Eddie.
Yes, as Eddie Hall said earlier, there are definitely two of the top three, Brian Shaw being the only other man who could claim to be inside that top three. And it's Bjornsson, who's very explosive and quick in the tyre flip on the far side. Hall trying to hang with him here now. Who gets the better pickup?
A great start from Bjornsson.
Wow, look at that. That's unbelievable.
Look at this.
It's like the weight's not there.
He looks bored by the flip, but he loved the drag. 29.06 seconds for Bjornsson. That's a stunning time.
Isn't it just? I mean, considering his health problems just a day before with Bell's palsy, damaging and affecting his face. Wow.
36.88 for Hall. Is he shocked?
Hafthor Bjornsson, totally amazing start. How did it feel to you?
This is not a beauty contest. This is strongman. I don't care if I'm sick, paralyzed, but can't breathe. I'm here to make a great show for you guys. Thank you.
Big round of applause.
How about that from Thor? Strong words and a strong performance, making the flip and drag look easy. Much better from Terry Hollands, once again pushing Eddie into third. Big Tal moving back into the podium positions overall, but up top, Thor's lead over Eddie's widening as we reach the halfway stage of the competition. Still, up next is the Beast's favourite event. What's in store, Danny?
Well, I'll tell you, shall I, James? This is in store. It's the deadlift. It's all about the reps. How many times in a minute can you lift 800 pounds? 3 pairs of competitors have already had a go. Mark Felix leads the pack with 7 reps. So, 2 pairs still to go, 7 to beat. The Georgian bull Janashia, placed first in the Arnold European Classic, up against Eddie Hall. We've already seen what he can do today, and this very much his event, Colin.
Yes, I mean his ultimate event is just maximum deadlift. Does he have the fitness? Of course, it's a very intensive contest, this. He's already broken the world record in the max axle. Struggled a wee bit by his standards in the bus pull, and then the tire and drag. It's all very fatiguing stuff, and Janashia's hanging with him just about.
Really is. But Hall inching ahead now.
And if you're wondering what that little thing is in front of Eddie, it's his own personal fan.
We called them groupies in my day, but look. Janashia getting up to 6 now. Hall, though, takes it with 8, currently in the lead.
20 seconds to go. Hall going to go for another, with Bjornsson still to come, and Hollands.
Must be wondering what they're going to do. Wants to put some space between him and them. Up to 9.
Janashia says enough.
Why not?
Ooh!
Manages it. 10.
Wow.
But that, well, was it a wise move?
Janashia 6 reps, and Eddie Hall 3.5 tons he just lifted off the floor in under a minute.
But at what cost? This is the moment a ball boy ran in for the worst job in Europe. Just on the left there on the floor, the current world man-spreading champion. I'm only kidding, Mr. Solvey. So Thor versus Terry Hollands.
This should be a cracker. And right in the front row there, you can hardly miss him. World's strongest man winner from 1998.
Magnus Samuelsson.
Indeed, yeah. Now Bjornsson goes off to a quick start here. He's very explosive. We know how fit he is. Does he have his eyes actually on Eddie Hall's 10?
Well, he must do at this stage. Look at this already. Up to 5.
6 reps. Yes, he's got over 30 seconds to go. Maybe he is. Gosh, these are just 2 men. Indeed, Hollands is in good shape, but it's very much about Bjornsson and Hall this contest now, and there's an 8th.
Look at this from Hafthor. 15 seconds, I think that's it for him.
He's beaten Felix, he's been sensible. He's taken second without any more strain.
And Hollands wants one more. Wants to pull away from Zagaris. Keep after Janashia. And he's done enough to do that. 5 for Hollands.
A little cramp for Terry, perhaps. He tends to suffer it in these one-day contests, but he'll be really pleased with that.
And Hafthor with 8 reps. 2 behind Eddie. But he's done enough to take second.
Wow. Everything going into that. But Hollands, with that performance, should stay in third.
The half-ton man, Eddie Hall, taking the win, unsurprisingly, but crucially, Bjornsson getting second. No reps for Charlie, and that surely means his title defence is over. So, the Beast moves 1 point closer to Thor, while the leading pair extend their lead over Terry Hollands in third. He has the Georgian bull, Janashia, charging up behind him. Now, where's Colin got to?
Well, next event, it's the Car Walker, a classic of World's Strongest Man, no, Europe's Strongest Man, 1,000 pounds, if you could pick it up. And I'm not going to because I don't have my knee wraps on. But Magnus, obviously 4 times World's Strongest Man. Of actually all of the events, this is probably just about as technical as they get. It's not as easy as you think, is it?
Well, nothing is easy in strongman, but this is a hard event because there's a lot of balance involved. If you stumble a little bit, it throws you off and you can go down. But I was around when the first car walks were done, and I mastered it.
You did indeed. I remember you sprinting in South Africa one year with it. It was a Dolly Citroen though, it was lighter. This is 1,000 pounds, how heavy was it?
No, it was much heavier.
Rose tinted glasses, there we go. Hey ho. Right, make a break for Thor last year. Let's see what happens.
Indeed, as we move to the car walk. Well, first up, Janashia completed the course in 16.91 seconds up against Mark Felix. Managed it just ahead of him, 16.11. Now we rejoin the action. And it's Terry Hollands. Exciting times for him. Took some time out. Did a bit of TV presenting. But he's back with a bang. Rejuvenated, regenerated, and he is up against Beljac. 2-time World's Strongest Man competitor. And Terry is good at this. And that is strong lift, good pace.
Yeah, very good start from Hollands. He's starting to go through the gears, if you like. Just over 10 seconds as he nears the finish line.
Well, look at that. Very strong from Terry Hollands. Beljac completes the course too, but Hollands 14.08 seconds. 17.46 for Beljac.
Well, the cars are a little bit heavier than last year. Just to add a little spice, about 20 kilos. Hollands, though, really looking very comfortable with that weight.
Yes, as you said, each one about 1,000 pounds. Roughly the same in euros. Eddie Hall now.
This is going to be fascinating. Hall, we know, solid at this, but Bjornsson, this was his choke event last year. Finished last.
Of course, yes. Well, everything to prove now then. Currently first overall. He wants to maintain that. And look at this, neck and neck so far.
Bjornsson in the black car, perhaps just ahead, but Eddie Hall starting to pull away.
Well, look at this from Eddie Hall. What a finish. 12.51 seconds, Eddie Hall takes the car walk.
Feels like another turning moment, but there's so many of them. These guys are putting in incredible performances.
12.84 for Hafthor.
He looks a bit shocked there. He had a great run, Bjornsson. And Hall looks like he's totally spent.
Really does. Whereas Bjornsson still got energy to spare.
Well, perhaps that's because the stones are coming. Bjornsson's favourite event. But Eddie had to put everything in there to try and run this as close as possible. Look at that look across. Yeah, I've got you, says Hall.
A walk in the park for Eddie Hall. He gets the win, although given that Bjornsson was last in the car walk in 2016, Eddie may be disappointed to see him so close in his rearview mirror. That second place indeed means that despite Eddie winning 3 of the 5 events so far, it's still the Icelander who leads by a single point overall. It all comes down there to our final event, the Atlas Stones. Will Thor bring the thunder, or will he be bested by the beast? Welcome back to Leeds. So after 5 events here at the First Direct Arena, just 1 point separates Hafthor Bjornsson and Eddie Hall. It all comes down to the final event. Just remind us, Colin, how do we settle a contest like this?
Only way to finish any strongman contest, especially Europe's Strongest Man, and a point in it too, is the Atlas Stones. 5 of them. You finish on the big boy at 200 kilos, 440 pounds. You start down here at this little tiddler, which is over 300 pounds, which is about 140 kilos, almost as heavy as yourself, Lawrence. Reigning Europe's Strongest Man, and you had to pull out before your favorite event there, the car walk. You're the world record holder. What's up? What happened?
Unfortunately, a few days ago, I got ill and have been unable to keep any food down for 3 days. I was trying to be mentally strong and block it out, and just after every event, I was just getting worse and worse and worse. So rather than kind of keep going and collapse, I try and get myself ready, because we've got World's Strongest Man pretty soon. I need to get myself ready for that. And
but let's have a regal cheer for Lawrence Sarley. I'm afraid the former Europe's Strongest Man, because it all comes down to this. Bjornsson and Eddie Hall, 1 point in it. I mean, it's almost down to whoever wins this becomes the new king.
Well, absolutely. So, classic strongman event, the Atlas Stones. Luke Stoltman, his first ever go. 5 stones in 42.7 seconds, then took his shirt off. It's becoming a habit. Mark Felix also managed all 5 stones in 30.68 seconds. Still, 2 pairs to go. Ginasia, first of all, up against Terry Hollins. This will decide 3rd place overall.
Okay, guys, on the whistle. Ready? Big moment for Terry Hollins. This is very much announcing to the world of strongman. He is back with a bang. He can get 3rd at Europe's Strongest Man, and Ginasia, all the talent in the world. But the younger man is getting schooled at the moment. Can Hollins keep it up? No, it's Ginasia.
Look at this. Ginasia overtaking, and this is the 5th and final stone for him. But it's staying on the floor, for now at least.
And Terry looking very cool. He knows something we don't.
Well, he's got 20 seconds to get this on there, and he doesn't need it. Look at that. Well done, Terry Hollins. 5 stones, 42.64 seconds. Hollins is back.
That's experience right there. 5 seconds left. Ginasia will have to settle for 4th. Big tell. Gets the bronze.
That's it. That's it. He left that too late. 4 stones, 20.5 seconds.
Terry Hollins, so many times in World Strongman history, you went to the big worlds and did really well. You about put it all aside and gave it up. Why'd you come back?
Well, for crowds like this, I mean, this strongman's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I mean, I never even dreamed that we'd have crowds like this at strongman competitions 5, 10 years ago. So, you know, it's reasons like tonight that I come back, and to get on the podium is just absolutely amazing.
Well, fantastic performance right here in the Stones. Great job today. Let's hear it for Terry Hollins.
Thank you, thank you.
And so we move on, the final pairing then. And you know who it is. This fella, Bjornsson, up against his old enemy, Eddie Hall.
Bjornsson going for his 3rd European title. For Hall, well, he's got the World Deadlift Championship title, but
When it comes to just pure strongman, he's got Britain's titles, but never something this big. Huge moment for both. It comes down to this. There's a point between them. Whoever wins the stones, Danny, wins. This is the deciding event as well.
Well, here we go. Pretty much neck and neck at the moment. Hall wants this title. As you say, it would be the biggest title so far for him.
Oh, a slip!
Slips up. Oh, Hall. There you go, Bjornsson. 5 stones, 17.54 seconds. But Hall completing it with dignity. 5 stones in 23.81 seconds. Heartbreaking for Hall there.
He's king of Europe again. Bjornsson from Iceland. And there we go.
Oh, it's just like me and my mates.
Great sportsmanship for both these fellas. Hall there accepting second, taking it on the chin. And, well, the better man, I think, took it on the day, Danny.
Well, absolutely.
Hafthor, one question. I want to know, can you win World's Strongest Man this year? How certain are you?
I've been five years in a row on the podium, and I've never been more dedicated as I am today. You know, I'm very happy. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Eddie Hall in Zambia, we saw you smash your hand, and most guys would quit and go to the hospital. You just went to the next event. You didn't do so well, but you fought, and it took 3rd place at World's Strongest Man. And we knew you were disappointed even at that performance. How much preparation have you put in and getting ready for Worlds?
Well, World's Strongest Man's my target. Obviously, I wanted to win today. It's a shame I didn't win today. Well done to Thor. Fantastic athlete, you know. He's got some health issues going on along with myself, so we both had a tough week. To pull this off today and come 1st and 2nd is fantastic.
Well, Eddie Hall, 1st, 2nd, 3rd at Worlds, doesn't matter. You are a champion. Everybody loves you. Congratulations for a fantastic performance.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, a real sportsman. This, though, was the moment for Eddie. The heartbreaking slip there. Put him behind, he knew it there and then. Meaning that Bjornsson took the Atlas Stones with a remarkable time, 17.54 seconds, with Eddie just trailing with 23.8. So those points mean, with 63, Hafthor Bjornsson is Europe's strongest man. Well, I say it only means one thing. It means 2 things, really. If you've been watching this show regularly, it's time for a montage.
Gentlemen, your top 3 here: Terry Hollands, Eddie the Beast Hall, and Europe's Strongest Man 2017, Hafthor Bjornsson!
Well, bravo to Bjornsson, and nice to see no beef from the beast there. Tremendously sporting from Eddie Hall. Can he turn it around in time for the World Finals? Will it be Eddie's arm that's being held aloft in Botswana? Well, we'll be finding out soon enough. Before that, though, the Giants Live Tour will take us across the Atlantic to Martinsville, Indiana, to see more stars earning their stripes in the North American Championships. We'll see you for that next time on Giants Live.